Hello, my name is Yusuf Ali, and I'm here to talk about addiction. You may have already heard of it before, but addiction is a type of mental illness that prevents those who participate in harmful acts, such as drinking or smoking, from being able to stop. On paper, addiction sounds very simple, maybe even laughable when compared to other mental illnesses. If you're doing something unhealthy, why not just stop? However, there is much more nuance to addiction than what you can see at a first glance. Addiction changes the brain in such a way that it causes cravings that are very difficult to control, with those cravings usually leading people to not fulfill their obligations at home, school, or work. More and more of the harmful substance is needed to satiate the cravings over time, meaning things will only get worse without help, especially when talking about withdrawal symptoms, as they can make the recovery process unbearable. Now that you have a good idea of what addiction is, we can move on to the main issue that needs to be solved. The issue that I am talking about is adolescents succumbing to addiction. Statistics show that around 2.2 million adolescents in the U.S. suffered from addiction in the past year, and the numbers are only growing. Becoming addicted is much easier as an adolescent, as peer pressure and the want to be perceived as cool can cause them to try out any sort of addictive substance, whether it be drugs, alcohol, or even an activity like gambling. Adolescents are meant to help bring about a brighter future for humanity, but with this addiction on the rise, this mission is not as easily accomplished as before. So, with all this in mind, what can you do to help? Well, if you know anyone who seems to be struggling with addiction, like a friend or a classmate, you should inform them of the dangers of this condition and aid them in getting a doctor or therapist experienced in dealing with addiction. If they don't want to receive help, then tell a trusted adult like a teacher or an adult so that they can step in instead and help them. It is very important to get help as soon as possible, as the longer someone is addicted, the more damage is caused to their body and mind, as well as stopping the addiction becoming even more difficult. Make sure to spread this message so that I can reach more people, and with that, have a great rest of your day, and remember to stay happy and healthy.